Welcome to Lucky English for Beginners. Learning a new language is a great journey, and expanding your daily vocabulary is a wonderful way to improve your confidence. Here are 700 distinct sentences for everyday English, carefully organized by category to help you study and communicate effectively. Discussing hobbies and interests. What is your absolute favorite hobby? I really enjoy building model airplanes. How long have you been collecting stamps? I started my collection when I was 8. Do you prefer indoor or outdoor activities? I am definitely an outdoor enthusiast. Have you ever tried kayaking? Yes, I go kayaking on the river every summer. What kind of music helps you relax? I always listen to classical music to unwind. Do you play any instruments in a band? I play the drums in a local jazz band. What is the most difficult song you know? I am still learning a complex piano sonata. Do you enjoy painting with watercolors? I prefer using acrylics for my artwork. Have you ever sold any of your paintings? I sold a few pieces at a local craft fair. Do you like reading biographies? I find reading about historical figures fascinating. Who is the most interesting person you read about? The biography of Abraham Lincoln was incredible. Do you enjoy watching independent films? Yes, independent films usually have better stories. What is your favorite classic movie? I have always loved watching Casablanca. Do you play competitive video games? I only play casually with my friends. What is your favorite strategy game? I really enjoy playing chess online. Have you ever participated in a tournament? I won a local chess tournament last year. Do you enjoy bird watching? Yes, I keep a log of all the birds I see. What is the rarest bird you have spotted? I finally saw a painted bunting last spring. Do you like to go scuba diving? Scuba diving is my favorite vacation activity. Where is the best place you have dived? The coral reefs in Belize were stunning. Do you practice any forms of martial arts? I have a black belt in Taekwondo. How often do you train in the dojo? I practice martial arts 3 evenings a week. Do you enjoy baking bread? Making sourdough from scratch is very rewarding. What is your favorite recipe to bake? I love baking fresh cinnamon rolls. Have you ever entered a baking contest? I won second place for my apple pie. Do you enjoy restoring old furniture? Sanding and staining old wood is very relaxing. What was your last restoration project? I brought an antique chair back to life. Do you like studying astronomy? I love looking at the stars with my telescope. What is your favorite constellation? Orion is the easiest one for me to spot. Do you enjoy writing short stories? I try to write a new story every month. Have you ever thought about writing a book? I am currently working on a mystery novel. Do you like to sew your own clothes? I make most of my own summer dresses. Where do you buy your fabric? I order unique fabrics from online stores. Do you enjoy going to flea markets? I love hunting for vintage treasures. What is the best item you ever found? I found a rare first edition book. Do you like practicing calligraphy? Writing beautifully takes a lot of practice. Do you do any volunteer work? I volunteer at the local community garden. What do you grow in the community garden? We grow vegetables to give to the food bank. Do you enjoy doing crossword puzzles? I like doing puzzles with at least 1,000 pieces. How do you frame your finished puzzles? I use puzzle glue and a custom wooden frame. Do you enjoy learning about different cultures? I find cultural anthropology very interesting. Have you ever learned a traditional dance? I took a few salsa dancing classes. Do you like attending live theater? Broadway shows are always spectacular. What is your favorite musical? The Phantom of the Opera is my favorite. Do you enjoy coding as a hobby? I build simple mobile apps for fun. What programming language do you use? I primarily write code in Python. Do you like doing origami? I use origami to make beautiful decorations. Do you enjoy taking road trips? Driving across the country is a great adventure. What is your favorite highway to drive? Driving along the Pacific coast is beautiful. Work and career. What exactly do you do at your company? I am a senior data analyst. How did you get into that field? I have always been fascinated by statistics. What is your favorite part of the job? I love finding patterns in large data sets. Do you work a standard 40-hour week? I usually work closer to 50 hours. Do you get compensated for overtime? Yes, my company pays for any extra hours. Are you working on any major projects right now? We are launching a new software update next month. How do you handle difficult clients? I always try to listen patiently to their concerns. Do you have to travel for your work? I attend trade shows twice a year. What is the dress code at your office? We are allowed to wear business casual clothes. Do you have a dedicated workspace at home? I converted my spare bedroom into an office. How do you stay focused while working remotely? I stick to a very strict daily schedule. Do you use a lot of specialized software? I use several different data visualization tools. Have you ever asked for a promotion? I received a promotion just last quarter. What advice would you give to a new employee? Never be afraid to ask questions. How do you organize your email inbox? I use folders and labels for everything. Do you prefer phone calls or instant messaging? Instant messaging is much faster for quick questions. How often do you have performance reviews? We have formal reviews every 6 months. Do you enjoy training new staff members? Mentoring juniors is very rewarding to me. What is the biggest challenge in your industry? Keeping up with rapid technological changes is hard. Do you attend any networking events? I go to local industry meetups every month. Have you ever thought about starting your own business? I would love to open a consulting firm someday. What is your ultimate career goal? I want to become a chief technology officer. Do you get along with your coworkers? We have a very collaborative and friendly team. How does your company handle team building? We usually go on a retreat once a year. Do you have flexible working hours? Yes, I can choose when to start my day. How do you handle a heavy workload? I prioritize tasks based on their urgency. Do you take your work home with you? I try very hard to disconnect after 5. What was your very first job? I worked as a barista at a coffee shop. What did you learn from your first job? I learned how to manage my time efficiently. Do you have a good benefits package? My company offers excellent health insurance. How many sick days do you get a year? We get 10 paid sick days annually. Do you ever work on weekends? I only log in on weekends if there is a crisis. How do you prepare for a big presentation? I practice my speech in front of a mirror. Do you use visual aids when you present? I always create detailed slideshows. How do you deal with workplace conflict? I prefer to discuss issues openly and honestly. Do you feel valued at your current job? Yes, my management is very appreciative of my work. What skills do you want to improve? I am currently working on my public speaking. Do you read industry blogs to stay updated? I read several tech newsletters every morning. How do you celebrate completing a big project? Our team usually goes out for a nice dinner. Do you ever feel burnt out? Sometimes, which is why taking vacations is important. How do you commute to the corporate office? I take the express bus from my neighborhood. Is your office located in a busy area? Yes, it is right in the middle of the financial district. Do you have a good view from your desk? I can see the city skyline from my window. Do you eat lunch at your desk or in the break room? I always try to eat away from my computer. Do you bring your own lunch or buy it? I usually meal prep on Sundays to save time. How long is your daily lunch break? We are allowed a full hour for lunch. Do you have a company retirement plan? Yes, they match my retirement contributions. Are you saving up for anything specific? I am saving for a down payment on a house. How do you handle constructive criticism? I use it as a tool to improve my performance. Do you feel secure in your current position? Yes, the company is growing very steadily. Technology and devices. What kind of smartphone do you currently use? I am using the latest model from Apple. How often do you upgrade your phone? I usually keep my phone for 3 years. Do you prefer a laptop or a desktop computer? I need a laptop so I can work from anywhere. What operating system do you prefer? I have always preferred using Windows. Do you use a tablet for reading? I use an electronic reader for my books. How many hours of screen time do you average? I probably spend 6 hours a day looking at screens. Do you use smart home devices? I use smart bulbs to control my lighting. Have you ever built your own computer? Yes, building my own computer was a fun project. What kind of headphones do you use? I use wireless noise-canceling headphones. Do you subscribe to any streaming services? I pay for 3 different movie streaming platforms. Do you use cloud storage to back up your files? All my important documents are saved in the cloud. Have you ever lost data because of a crash? I lost my college thesis once, which was terrible. Do you use two-factor authentication for security? I enable it on all of my important accounts. How often do you change your passwords? I update my main passwords every 6 months. Do you use a password manager app? Yes, it generates and stores strong passwords for me. What is your favorite productivity app? I use a digital calendar to organize my life. Do you play games on your phone? I only play simple puzzle games on my commute. How do you keep your devices clean? I use a microfiber cloth and screen spray. Do you use a smartwatch to track your health? My watch monitors my heart rate and daily steps. How accurate do you think fitness trackers are? They give a good estimate but are not perfect. Do you ever do a digital detox? I try to stay off my phone every Sunday. What social media platform do you use the most? I mostly use professional networking sites. Do you post often or just scroll? I rarely post, I mostly just read the articles. Do you use video calling software to talk to family? We have a family video call every weekend. What internet browser do you prefer to use? I use Chrome because of the useful extensions. Do you clear your browsing history regularly? I clear my cache and cookies once a month. Have you ever experienced a serious internet outage? My internet was down for 2 days last winter. Do you know how to troubleshoot router issues? I usually just restart the router and it fixes it. Do you own a drone? I have a small drone for taking aerial photos. What is the coolest gadget you own? My robotic vacuum cleaner saves me a lot of time. Do you use voice assistants? I use one to set timers when I am cooking. Do you prefer wired or wireless internet connections? A wired connection is much more stable for gaming. Have you ever learned how to code? I learned basic HTML in high school. Do you think coding should be taught to children? Yes, it teaches excellent problem-solving skills. How do you organize your digital photos? I sort them by year and specific events. Do you print your digital photos? I print a photo book at the end of every year. What kind of camera do you use? I use a mirrorless camera for my photography. Do you edit your photos before posting them? I just adjust the brightness and contrast slightly. Do you use virtual reality headsets? I tried one once and it made me dizzy. How do you manage your digital subscriptions? I review my bank statements to track them all. Have you ever used a 3D printer? My local library has one that I have used. What did you print with a 3D printer? I printed a small plastic figurine for my desk. Do you prefer typing on a physical keyboard? Yes, mechanical keyboards feel much better to type on. Do you use multiple monitors for your computer? I use 2 monitors to increase my productivity. How do you protect your devices from viruses? I run a full system scan every week. Do you use a virtual private network? I always use a VPN when on public wireless networks. What do you think is the best invention of the decade? The widespread use of smartphones changed everything. Do you ever read physical newspapers anymore? I consume all my news through digital applications. How do you dispose of old electronics? I take them to a certified electronic recycling center. Do you think technology makes life too complicated? It can, but the benefits usually outweigh the negatives. Travel experiences and advice. What is the most beautiful country you have visited? Switzerland has the most breathtaking scenery I have seen. How do you usually find cheap flights? I use flight comparison websites and book early. Do you prefer staying in luxury hotels or hostels? I prefer boutique hotels with local character. What is the longest road trip you have ever taken? I drove from New York to California in 10 days. Did you camp or stay in motels during the road trip? We pitched a tent at various national parks. How do you handle the stress of delayed flights? I usually find a quiet cafe and read my book. Do you travel with a rigid itinerary or go with the flow? I plan the big things but leave room for spontaneity. What is your favorite travel application on your phone? I use an offline map application to navigate cities. Have you ever traveled to a country where you did not speak the language? Yes, I went to Japan and relied on translation apps. What is the best local dish you have eaten abroad? The fresh pasta in Rome was absolutely incredible. Do you prefer beach vacations or exploring historic cities? I love walking through ancient streets and museums. Have you ever lost your passport while traveling? Thankfully, no, I keep it secured in a hidden belt. How do you pack efficiently for a long trip? I use packing cubes to compress my clothing. Do you buy travel insurance before you go? I always buy insurance for international trips. What is the worst travel experience you have had? I got severe food poisoning in Thailand once. How do you overcome jet lag after a long flight? I force myself to stay awake until local bedtime. Have you ever been on an overnight train? I took the sleeper train from London to Edinburgh. Do you prefer guided tour or exploring on your own? I prefer exploring independently at my own pace. What is the most interesting museum you have visited? The Louvre in Paris was overwhelmingly massive and beautiful. Have you ever traveled entirely by yourself? Solo travel is my favorite way to discover new places. How do you stay safe when traveling alone? I always share my live location with my family. What is the best souvenir you have ever brought back? I brought back hand-painted ceramics from Morocco. Do you collect anything specific from your travels? I collect small stones from every beach I visit. Have you ever participated in a local festival abroad? I celebrated the Lantern Festival in Taiwan. How do you handle currency exchange when traveling? I use a travel credit card with no foreign transaction fees. What is your favorite mode of public transportation? The subway systems in Europe are incredibly efficient. Have you ever rented a car in a foreign country? I rented a car to drive through the Scottish Highlands. Was it difficult driving on the other side of the road? It took a few hours to get completely used to it. Do you prefer cold weather destinations or tropical ones? I love the snow, so I prefer cold destinations. Have you ever gone skiing in another country? I went skiing in the Canadian Rockies last winter. How do you meet locals when you travel? I try to strike up conversations in local coffee shops. Do you use guidebooks or rely on internet research? I read travel blogs for the most updated information. What is the most surprising thing you learned while traveling? I learned that a smile is a universal language. Have you ever missed a connecting flight? Yes, and I had to spend the night in the airport. Do you prefer taking photos or shooting video on vacation? I take thousands of photos to create digital albums. How do you pack liquids so they do not spill in your bag? I place all liquids in double-sealed plastic bags. Have you ever experienced extreme culture shock? Moving to India for 6 months was a huge adjustment. What is your favorite travel accessory? A good quality neck pillow makes long flights bearable. Do you prefer window seats for the view or aisle seats for legroom? I always pick the window seat so I can sleep against the wall. Have you ever been on a safari in Africa? I went on a photographic safari in Kenya last year. What was the most amazing animal you saw on safari? Watching a herd of elephants cross the river was magical. Do you like to buy local art when you travel? I bought a beautiful watercolor painting in Florence. How do you manage your laundry on a long vacation? I usually wash small items in the hotel sink. Have you ever taken a cooking class while abroad? I learned how to make authentic pad thai in Bangkok. Do you prefer fast-paced travel or slow travel? I like staying in one city for at least a week to truly experience it. What is the most remote place you have ever visited? I hiked to a secluded village high in the Andes Mountains. Have you ever traveled just to attend a specific event? I flew to Germany specifically for the Oktoberfest celebrations. How do you deal with homesickness when traveling for months? I schedule regular video calls with my friends back home. What is your ultimate dream vacation that you have not taken yet? I want to spend a month exploring the islands of Greece. Do you think traveling changes a person's perspective on life? Traveling makes you realize how vast and diverse the world truly is. Health, fitness, and diet. How many days a week do you manage to work out? I try to hit the gym at least 5 days a week. Do you prefer lifting weights or doing cardio exercises? I focus mainly on strength training and lifting heavy weights. Have you ever run a marathon or a half marathon? I completed a half marathon last autumn in under 2 hours. How do you stay motivated to exercise during the winter? I set specific goals and track my progress in a journal. Do you follow a specific diet or meal plan? I try to eat a balanced Mediterranean diet. How much water do you drink on an average day? I aim for 3 liters of water every single day. Do you take any daily vitamins or supplements? I take a multivitamin and omega-3 fish oil every morning. What is your favorite healthy snack to eat between meals? I usually eat a handful of mixed nuts and an apple. How many hours of sleep do you consider optimal for yourself? I function best when I get exactly 8 hours of sleep. Do you have a specific bedtime routine to help you relax? I read a physical book for 30 minutes before turning off the light. Have you ever tried meditating to reduce your daily stress? I meditate for 10 minutes every morning using a guided app. Do you prefer working out in the morning or the evening? Morning workouts give me much more energy for the rest of the day. What is your opinion on fasting or skipping breakfast? I personally need a large breakfast to start my day properly. Do you consume a lot of caffeine throughout the day? I limit myself to 2 cups of black coffee before noon. How often do you visit the doctor for a general checkup? I schedule a comprehensive physical exam once a year. Do you have any food allergies or severe intolerances? I am lactose intolerant, so I avoid dairy products completely. What is your favorite way to stretch or improve flexibility? I attend a hot yoga class every Sunday morning. Do you use a fitness tracker to monitor your daily steps? Yes, my goal is to hit 10,000 steps before dinner. How do you recover after an intense and exhausting workout? I use a foam roller and make sure to eat plenty of protein. Do you prefer exercising outdoors or inside a fitness center? I love trail running outdoors, but I lift weights inside the gym. Have you ever worked with a professional personal trainer? I hired a coach for 3 months to correct my lifting form. What do you usually eat for a healthy and filling breakfast? I make a large smoothie bowl with spinach, bananas, and protein powder. Do you track the amount of calories you consume each day? I used to track them, but now I just eat intuitively. How do you manage stress when your workload becomes overwhelming? I take short walks outside to clear my head and breathe deeply. Do you believe that mental health is as important as physical health? Mental health is absolutely the foundation for overall well-being. Have you ever tried an alternative therapy like acupuncture? I tried acupuncture once for back pain, and it was surprisingly effective. What is your favorite vegetable to include in your dinners? I love roasting broccoli with garlic and olive oil. Do you consume protein shakes after you finish exercising? I drink a chocolate protein shake immediately after lifting weights. How do you prevent injuries when trying a new physical activity? I always spend 10 minutes doing a dynamic warm-up first. Do you enjoy participating in group fitness classes? Group cycling classes really push me to work harder. What is your favorite cheat meal when you are not dieting? I cannot resist a large double cheeseburger with extra crispy fries. Do you stretch before or after you go for a long run? I do dynamic stretches before and static stretching afterward. How do you stay hydrated when you forget to drink water? I keep a large, reusable water bottle sitting right on my desk. Have you ever tried rock climbing for a full-body workout? Bouldering is one of the most intense arm workouts I have ever done. What do you think is the biggest misconception about losing weight? People think they need to starve themselves instead of eating nutritious food. Do you prefer swimming in a pool or running on a treadmill? Swimming is much better because it does not hurt my joints. How do you ensure you get enough protein in your daily diet? I eat a lot of grilled chicken, lentils, and Greek yogurt. Do you ever experience burnout from working out too much? Yes, which is why I schedule at least 2 rest days a week. What is your favorite fruit to eat before a rigorous workout? A banana gives me the perfect amount of quick energy. Have you ever tried a completely vegan lifestyle for a month? I tried it for a week, but found it difficult to maintain. Do you use a standing desk to improve your daily posture? I alternate between sitting and standing every 2 hours at work. How do you protect your skin when you exercise outside in the sun? I always wear a hat and apply high SPF sunscreen. Do you think walking is a sufficient form of daily exercise? Brisk walking is incredibly beneficial for cardiovascular health. What is the most challenging physical activity you have ever attempted? Doing a triathlon pushed my body to its absolute limits. How do you balance eating out socially with maintaining a healthy diet? I usually order grilled options and ask for dressings on the side. Do you prefer exercising alone or with a dedicated workout partner? Having a workout partner keeps me accountable and motivated. What is your strategy for staying active during a long flight or drive? I try to stand up and stretch my legs every single hour. Do you incorporate any balance exercises into your weekly routine? I use a stability ball to improve my core strength and balance. What is the best piece of health advice you have ever been given? Listen to your body and rest when you feel truly exhausted. Shopping, fashion, and clothing. Where is your favorite place to shop for everyday clothing? I usually buy my basics from a large department store in the mall. Do you prefer shopping online or going into a physical store? I prefer physical stores so I can try the clothes on first. How would you describe your personal sense of fashion? My style is very minimalist, favoring neutral colors and clean lines. Do you care deeply about wearing famous designer brand names? I care much more about the quality of the fabric than the logo. What is the most expensive piece of clothing you currently own? I invested in a high-quality tailored wool coat for the winter. How often do you clean out your closet and donate old clothes? I sort through my wardrobe and donate items twice a year. Do you enjoy following the latest fashion trends and styles? I prefer timeless pieces that will not go out of style quickly. What is your favorite type of footwear for a casual weekend? I practically live in my comfortable white canvas sneakers. Do you prefer wearing bright, bold colors or subtle, muted tones? My closet is mostly filled with black, gray, and navy blue. Have you ever bought an outfit specifically for a special event? I bought a tailored suit specifically for my best friend's wedding. How do you decide what you are going to wear every morning? I check the weather forecast and then pick something comfortable. Do you enjoy wearing accessories like watches, hats, or jewelry? I always wear a simple silver watch and a delicate necklace. What is your opinion on buying second-hand or vintage clothing? Thrift shopping is great for finding unique items and helping the environment. Do you prefer wearing jeans or soft sweatpants when relaxing at home? I immediately change into soft sweatpants the moment I get home. How many pairs of shoes do you think a person really needs? You really only need a few pairs for different specific occasions. Do you iron or steam your clothes before wearing them to work? I use a handheld steamer because it is much faster than ironing. What is your favorite fabric to wear during the hot summer months? Linen is incredibly breathable and perfect for hot, humid days. Have you ever regretted buying a really expensive item of clothing? I bought a pair of designer boots that were entirely too uncomfortable to wear. Do you prefer carrying a large backpack or a small messenger bag? I use a leather messenger bag for work and a backpack for travel. How do you remove tough stains from your favorite white shirts? I use a mixture of baking soda and cold water to scrub the stain. Do you tailor your clothes so they fit your body perfectly? I always get my dress pants hemmed because I am quite short. What is your favorite season for fashion and putting outfits together? Autumn is the best because I love layering sweaters and light jackets. Do you enjoy shopping for clothes with your friends or by yourself? I prefer shopping alone so I can take as much time as I need. How much money do you typically spend on clothing in a given month? I rarely buy clothes monthly. I usually just shop seasonally. Do you ever buy clothes that you know you will only wear once? I try to avoid that. I want everything I buy to be versatile. What is your favorite pattern to wear on a casual button-down shirt? I really like wearing subtle plaid or simple striped patterns. Do you prefer tying your shoelaces or wearing slip-on shoes? Slip-on shoes are just so much more convenient for running quick errands. Have you ever tried making or altering your own clothing at home? I learned how to sew patches and fix minor tears in my jeans. Do you think expensive workout clothes are worth the high price tag? Good quality athletic wear definitely lasts much longer through intense washes. What do you wear when you need to dress up for a formal business meeting? I wear a dark navy suit with a crisp white dress shirt and a solid tie. Do you prefer wearing a heavy winter coat or layering multiple light jackets? Layering is better because you can adjust to the temperature easily. How do you store your heavy winter sweaters during the hot summer months? I vacuum seal them in plastic bags and store them under my bed. Do you think fashion is an important form of personal self-expression? Absolutely, the way you dress tells the world a lot about your personality. What is your favorite store to buy high-quality, durable socks? I usually buy my athletic socks from a specialized sporting goods store. Do you enjoy wearing hats, like baseball caps or wide-brimmed fedoras? I wear a simple baseball cap almost every time I go for a run outside. How do you organize your closet so you can easily find your clothes? I arrange all my shirts by color and sort my pants by their specific style. Do you ever buy the exact same shirt in multiple different colors? If I find a t-shirt that fits perfectly, I will buy it in black, white, and gray. What is the most uncomfortable piece of clothing you have ever been forced to wear? I had to wear a heavily starched uniform for an old job that was terrible. Do you prefer wearing long sleeves or short sleeves when you are working inside? I prefer short sleeves because my office is always kept very warm. How do you dry your delicate clothes to prevent them from shrinking in the wash? I lay all my delicate sweaters flat on a clean towel to let them air dry naturally. Do you enjoy giving clothing or accessories as gifts to your friends and family? I avoid giving clothes because it is too hard to guess someone's exact size and taste. What is your favorite type of formal attire for a fancy evening dinner party? A well-fitted charcoal suit with a silk pocket square always looks elegant. Do you wear a specific outfit when you are trying to be highly productive at home? I find that putting on actual jeans helps me focus better than wearing pajamas. How long does it typically take you to get fully dressed and ready in the morning? If I pick my clothes out the night before, it only takes me about 15 minutes. Do you think the fashion industry changes its trends too quickly these days? Fast fashion moves so rapidly that it is almost impossible and expensive to keep up. What is the oldest piece of clothing you still actively wear from your closet? I have a worn-out denim jacket from high school that still fits me perfectly. Do you prefer clothes with a lot of pockets or a more streamlined, simple design? I need pockets for my phone and keys, so utility is very important to me. How do you feel about matching your shoes perfectly with your belt and bag? I think matching leathers creates a very polished and cohesive look. Do you buy specific clothes for lounging around the house on a lazy Sunday? I have a dedicated set of oversized, incredibly soft hoodies just for the couch. What is your ultimate fashion rule that you absolutely refuse to break? I will never wear clothes that make me feel physically uncomfortable, no matter how they look.